History and tourism of Mount Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro's location in Tanzania. Mount Kilimanjaro is a dormant volcano located in Kilimanjaro region of Tanzania. It has three volcanic cones, Kibo, Moinzi and Shira. It is the highest mountain in Africa and the highest single freestanding mountain above sea level in the world, 5,895 meters, 19,341 feet. Above sea level and about 4,900 meters, 16,100 feet, above its plateau base. Toponymy. The origin of the name Kilimanjaro is not known, but a number of theories exist. Johann Ludwig Krapf wrote in 1860 that Swahilis along the coast called the mountain Kilimanjaro. Although he did not offer any support, he claimed that Kilimanjaro meant either mountain of greatness or mountain of caravans. Nyaro is an ancient Kiswahili word for shining god. Similarly, Krapf wrote that a chief of the Wakamba people, whom he visited in 1849, had been to Jagga and had seen the KILIMANJARO, mountain of whiteness. The name given by the Wakamba to Kilimanjaro. 10. More correctly in the Kikomba language this would be Kimake, and this possible derivation has been popular with several investigators. Others have assumed that Kilima is Kiswahili for mountain. The problem with this assumption is that Kilima actually means hill and is, therefore, the diminutive of Mlima, the proper Kiswahili word for mountain. In the 1880s, the mountain became a part of German East Africa and was called Kilimanjaro in German following the Kiswahili name components. On the 6th of October 1889, Hans Meyer reached the highest summit on the crater ridge of Kibo. Geology and Geography. Kilimanjaro is a large dormant stratovolcano composed of three distinct volcanic cones, Kibo, the highest, Moinzi at 5,149 meters, 16,893 feet. And Shira, the lowest at 4,005 meters, 13,140 feet. Moinzi and Shira are extinct, while Kibo is dormant and could erupt again. Uhuru Peak is the highest summit on Kibo's crater rim. Volcanology. The volcanic interior of Kilimanjaro is poorly known because there has not been any significant erosion to expose the igneous strata that comprise the volcano structure. Both Moinzi and Kibo began erupting about 1 million years ago. They are separated by the Saddle Plateau at 4,400 meters, 14,400 feet, elevation. The youngest dated rocks at Moinzi are about 4,48,000 years old. Moinzi forms a horseshoe-shaped ridge with pinnacles and ridges opening to the northeast, with a tower-like shape resulting from deep erosion and a mafic dike swarm. Phonotephrites and tetraphonolites of the lava tower grew on a dike cropping out at 4,600 meters, 15,100 feet, dated to 4,82,000 years ago. Tetraphonolite to phonolite lavas characterized by rhomb megaphenocrysts of solid feldspars of the rhomb porphyry group, dated to 460-0003660,000 years ago. Apheric phonolite lavas, commonly underlain by basal obsidian horizons, of the Lent group, dated to 359-000,337,000 years ago. Porphyritic tephraphonolite to phonolite lavas of the Caldera rim group, dated to 274-000,170,000 years ago. Phonolite lava flows with Aegirine phenocrysts of the inner crater group, which represents the last volcanic activity on Kibo. Kibo has more than 250 parasitic cones on its northwest and southeast flanks that were formed between 150,000 and 2 lakh years ago and erupted picrobasalts, trachybasalts, ankarmites, and basnites. They reach as far as Lake Chalang Tabita in the southeast and the Lingurumani Plain in the northwest. Glaciers. Kibo's diminishing ice cap exists because Kilimanjaro is a little dissected, massive mountain that rises above the snow line. The cap is divergent and at the edges splits into individual glaciers. In the late 1880s, the summit of Kibo was completely covered by an ice cap about 20 square kilometers, 7.7 square miles, in extent with outlet glaciers cascading down the western and southern slopes. And except for the inner cone, the entire caldera was buried. Almost 85% of the ice cover on Kilimanjaro disappeared between October 1912 and June 2011, with coverage decreasing from 11.40 square kilometers, 4.40 square miles, to 1.76 square kilometers, 0.68 square miles. 423 between 1912 and 1953, there was about a 1.1% average annual loss of ice coverage. The average annual loss for 1953 to 1989 was 1.4%, while the loss rate for 1989 to 2007 was 2.5%. Of the ice cover still present in 2000, almost 40% had disappeared by 2011. 425 ice climber will CAD notice differences between his 2014 and 2020 climbs. The glaciers are thinning in addition to losing aerial coverage and do not have active accumulation zones. Retreat occurs on all glacier surfaces. Drainage. Kilimanjaro is drained by a network of rivers and streams, especially on the wetter and more heavily eroded southern side and especially above 1,200 meters, 3,900 feet. The Luni and Pingani rivers drain Kilimanjaro on the eastern and southern sides, respectively. IS Geological Heritage Site. In respect of it being the highest stratovolcano of the East African rift that maintains a glacier on its summit, the International Union of Geological Sciences, IUGS, included. The Pleistocene Kilimanjaro volcano in its assemblage of 100 geological heritage sites around the world in a listing published in October 2022. Chagga states. Kilimanjaro is attested to in numerous stories by the peoples who live in East Africa. The Chagga, who traditionally lived on the southern and eastern slopes of the mountain in sovereign Chagga states, tell how a man named Ton once provoked the god, Ruwa, to bring famine upon the land. Another Chagga legend tells of ivory-filled graze of elephants on the mountain and of a cow named Railu that produces miraculous fat from her tail glands. Early records. The mountain may have been known to non-Africans since antiquity. European exploration. According to English geographer Halford Mackinder and English explorer Harry Johnston, Rebman in 1848 was the first European to report the existence of Kilimanjaro. Hans Meyer has claimed that Rebman first arrived in Africa in 1846 and quotes Rebman's diary entry of the 11th of May 1848 as saying, Animals. Elephants and Cape buffaloes are among the animals that can be potentially hazardous to trekkers. Bushbucks, chameleons, big pigs, urukers, mongooses, sunbirds, and warthogs have also been reported. Zebras, leopards and hyenas have been observed sporadically on the Shira Plateau. Specific species associated with the mountain include the Kilimanjaro shrew 58 and the chameleon Kinyongia tabitana. Zebras, leopards and hyenas have been observed sporadically on the Shira Plateau. Specific species associated with the mountain include the Kilimanjaro shrew 58 and the chameleon Kinyongia tabitana. Please like, share or subscribe to our channel for travel updates.